Let me show you how I fitted these dressing table drawers and that unit there on the back. Back at Howdens for another job. This is gonna be wardrobes, perhaps not really wardrobes, it's gonna be drawers and some bedroom furniture like a dressing table and stuff like that. So I'll just crack on, let's do it. There's no instructions about how these drawers have to be assembled, but it's not rocket science. So I did it and I just thought I'll show you quickly how it's done. Right. It comes as a flat pack all the time, which is a bit annoying. So these go just like that, and then I'll just put the dowels in these holes. There are probably some instructions on the internet, actually there, but it's tricky sometimes when you don't have internet. Right, so once you got that, we are basically going to get these little bits, and they go in the front of the drawer, then the sides go in, and the other side. Screwdriver, just like that. And that should be it. That is the bottom of the drawer. Slots in, and the back. There are 4 screws. And that's one of the drawers assembled. Got a few more to do. I'll tell you what, doing drawers is probably the most boring job ever. I've done a few already and it's just pissing me off. Got some more now, hopefully. Yeah, this is another 3 after this one. And that should be it. Just getting the bedside table now. Oh, they have these clips on the bottom that you can actually adjust.
Do you want me to start welding some of this stuff into the skip?
Well, just the paper if you could. The cartoon boards, you know, the paper.
Sorry.
The paper, just the paper, the cartoon board. Or the white.
Cardboard, yeah.
The paper.
The small ones.
The one that is in the hallway on the floor. The paper. And I will put the heavy stuff on the top. That's it. Now it's just a question of putting the frontals on the handles, and that's it. The frontals are a bit tricky to put because you have to clamp it on the bottom, and luckily we have some lip there to just clamp it, pull it out, and then from here you can just screw them. There's a little tip: these holes are not pre-drilled, and if you don't pre-drill them you will suffer later. So that's what I did when I assembled all the drawers. I made holes here, so this is an easy thing for the screw to go through, and it doesn't push the front on. So it's just a little help. All four. Very easy when you have them pre-drilled, and very difficult if you haven't. Obviously you have to move it a little bit to the right, but that's easy to do from that wheel there. So all I have to do is just turn that a little bit. That, oh, the other way. The other way around. So it's this. It has to be. This way. Maybe a little bit more. That's it. Now it's perfect. That's what has to happen. You have to countersink the screw there, because it's just gonna push it out when this goes there. It's a little inconvenient. And now the question of how this is gonna happen. If anyone has any tricks of how it's doing this, please let me know, please, because it's just bugging me out. It's just a pain. I think I will have to put the clamps on the bottom somehow to barely hold it, then I can screw it. To speed it up, I just put them all frontals here, and I'm just gonna drill them. Just a little hack. I'm gonna fit a drawer here between, so obviously these two units will be on each side here, and then in the middle will be a dressing table, and it's going to be a drawer underneath. They don't sell Howdens, they don't sell the box, the car case that holds the drawer and the sliders. So I bought another one of these, and I'm going to trim it right here. I think it's gonna be about 16 centimeters or 160 mil. And I'm going to use that part, then the bottom part, and what I'm going to cut from here. And I've just marked it over here. So I'm going to cut this, fit the top part, this one, as planned with all the cams and everything. And then the bottom part, I'm just going to remove all the dowels. This is the bottom part. I'm not going to fit the legs, and I'm going to remove all the dowels. And I'm just going to screw it through the side here, just like what I've done with the wardrobes in the other rooms, like here for example, where this was a wardrobe, a very high wardrobe, and I did move it, I did cut it in order to look like that. So there is a way to modify them, and this is what I'm going to do now, just a little trick. So I'll show you how it happens in a minute. Right, so I've just clamped them, the two bits there, the two parts, the two sides are together, so I've clamped them, and I'm just going to cut. This only cuts 20 millimeters, so I will have a score on the bottom part when I finish, and then that's going to be my line for the next cut once I unclamp them. That's one of the parts I need. This is a waste part, it's gonna go in the skip. Just gonna cut this one. That's the mark, the score mark that I was talking about. And so that's gonna be my line. I'll cut again. Right, so I've got them. This is going to be the one on the left, and then the one on the right. This is going in the skip. It's a bit of waste, but that's pretty much the only way, because I'm going to use this top and bottom, and it's going to be the box for the drawers. Sliders will be attached on here on each side, and I'll show you how it happens. Let's just crack on. That's the box that I was talking about. So I've made it. These are the short bits that we just cut. This is going to be the bottom, and then that's the top, obviously. So this is what it looks on the inside, and I'm just going to nail it, because obviously I'm not using the original cams and dowels, and everything is being removed. So I'm just going to nail it so it doesn't move, and then I will put a couple of screws. That's the front. This is what we need to follow. Make sure these two are on the same level, and then I'm just gonna put one here so it doesn't go anywhere. Whilst I've got it, I'll just put the screws, then I will turn it on the other side to do exactly the same there. Cut on the screw. That's sturdy enough. Keep following these screws. Alright, so that's fantastic. Just put one in the middle, as they do. Now the screws, I will try to wedge it there, so I can push it and it's not going anywhere. Because it's a horrible thing to push it in the same time. Make sure the screws go straight. Oh, that's perfect. Very happy with that. Now this is the box that will go under the dressing table, and it will hopefully take the drawer, and that's going to be the frontal over there, just like that. That's the box, the drawer box. It's going to fit inside, hopefully. And then this is going to be what it looks on the front. It's going to be right in the middle here, and I will have these two, they will be with 2 drawers each. Let's crack on. These here are the 2 drawer units on each side of the dressing table. They are just kitchen wall units, the extra deep, the 400mm deep extra units, and we're going to use them over there. So in order to make them become base units, we had to make holes there for adjusting the legs and fix the legs where they have to be, and this is going to hold the plinth, the bottom plinth underneath. So once I put them the right way up, they should be able to adjust. And this is how it goes. This is going there, and then the other one's on the other side. So they now became base units. I've got the laser level here, and it's just a question of leveling all of these up now. So they are on the line, just make sure they are level. And from this point on, I know exactly how long these panels will have to be, so I can cut them. I will spread the gap equally. From here, obviously we'll work it out. There will be a panel here, panel here, panel here, and then the side panels here, and everything will be centralized. But at least we know how to cut, how long this panel has to be cut, and I can start now. Let's do it. So I've just clamped the units here. I don't have the other clamp, it's in the van, but that's there. This is simulating where the panel here will be. This is going to be raised up there, but for now it's just on the floor. At least I can tell what the distance from the wall will be. So I've clamped this and I've clamped that. It's going to be a panel here, and I'm just trying to work it out how far from this wall I have to start, because in my mind I have to start from that corner and then just work my way around all the way up to there. So just trying to roughly position it in the middle. I'll probably push it another 5mm here, and then I will cut the panel and start working there. I'm also limited with the panels. I've got 2 long panels. That's going to be the top there. And I've got a little piece for the higher end, and these 2 are finished on each possible side, like on all 4 sides. The other panels are not. They don't have the foil here. So I've got 2 of these very long panels, 2.6 meter, and I have to somehow work it out what I'm going to do. I'll probably just concentrate on this for now, and then with the other panel that I've got, I will cut piece for here, and then the third part that I'm going to have from the long panel will hopefully give me this sort of paneling here. And yeah, hopefully I will not have to go again to Howdens, because that's the full length of them, 2.6 meter long, and then you cut them any way you want. So I think I will be fine from what I can see. So I'll just start from that corner. If anyone else thinks it has to be that corner, please let me know in the comments. But in my mind it has to be that corner. Let's cut it on. Just got this panel installed now. I managed to cut it 50mm. I think that's what, 55mm plus the 15 or 16mm here, and it's just what it needs to be. So I've done that. It's all attached to the cupboard, and I'm going to slot the whole thing in. But before that, I'll just squirt some grip fill here and some grip fill on the back here. That's gonna keep it sturdy. happy with this. That's gonna be fine. So we'll just check it with the level. And I'll put a couple of screws down there. Luckily this drywall has a nice plate here, so through the inside I'll be able to screw once there, maybe just a nail there or just a screw. That's all it needs. Right, I'll do that now and then I'll just crack on. Just a scribing tip, just to show you how I'm scribing it, guys, without any tools. I know there's loads of fancy tools out there to scribe to help you do that better, but this is nothing better than the old-fashioned way. So I know I have to be 16mm forward with this panel, so that's mine 16mm piece. And once I face it there, I worked it out with that block. This is exactly what I need to remove from the back. That block there has to be removed from the back to follow the wall. And what I do, so that's the way up, and I just will scribe it, will glide, I will glide this piece of timber, this block, on the wall with my pencil next to it. And now I don't have to worry about here because the cupboard is here, so I can even below the surface here, the worktop is going to be around here, so here I can even cut it like that. It will still be fine, no one will see it. And actually it has to be done that way because the floor and the walls are crooked, so all I'm interested is anything above this mark, that's going to be the visible part, only here, nothing here. Okay, so we'll cut this line. That should be what I need. So that's the visible part up to about here, and that's what we need. 16mm on the front, and it's perfect. Okay, just a little tip. I don't know, there might be other ways of doing it, but this is my way, so I'll show you guys. So I've got all the cupboards here, the boxes, the car cases are kind of fitted. I've got this fake drawer. It's not fake actually, it's a real one, but it's made out of different materials, and I just like botched it up there. So that's done, and I'm going to make now the worktop. I've got this piece which is about 300 quid on its own, so I don't want to risk it, and I thought I'll make a template. And I've scribed it here on the wall, so I'm going to cut it. There are two pieces. I'm going to cut that, then I will glue these two together, and that's hopefully going to give me the correct shape for that to be cut, because we only have one shot, so I'm going to do that right now. Well, that's my template done. Quite sweet actually. Very tight fit all around, and I know this is 90 degrees here. That's exactly what I need. So this is going to go on the front, a little bit of protrusion. I must make sure I'm not going forward from this point, so obviously I need to trim it a little bit behind, and that's all I need. So I'm just going to transfer this shape onto that panel very carefully, and then I will hopefully fit it. Wish me luck. Right, so that's the shape I need to cut now. Right, it's all cut now. I hope this will fit there. Let's see. That part first. Gosh, it's heavy. I've got a couple of sockets here, they don't help either. Well, I'm kind of happy with it. All I want is this to be flushed with the side panel, which is perfect. I don't want anything to protrude here. This is perfect. This has to be pulled out a little bit, or this has to be pushed in. I think I'll push this in, so I want this to be closed here. There's a little chip that I don't like. But anyway, I will caulk it around, so that should fix it. Happy with it here. Just have to push this in. Yeah, we're getting there. So this, the shape of the panel will tell me where this has to be fixed, which is great. I can do that now. Happy with it. Keep going. Happy with it. Just put a couple of more drops just in case. Okay. That's it. Now go away, because this is a horrible stinky stuff. Oh, look at that. Almost there. Just need to finish this. Just need to finish this panel here, the one that I'm going to install it there, and then I will secure all the cupboards where I want them. Then I will screw them for the worktop, and maybe a bit of glue here and there, and that should be it. Then it's the top panel. Just doing the higher panel, the higher worktop, this one, and I managed to scribe it with the shape of the wall. So basically I just used a couple of blocks that I cut to size. This is what I've got on this side, and I basically transferred that on the back with the shape of the wall. So I'm gonna cut this and that, and in theory this part should be what I need. Let's cut it. Right, I think we are okay. Obviously there's a bit of a caulk that will be involved, I can potentially maybe cut it a bit more, or maybe I'll just leave it as it is. I'll trim it a bit more there. Just if I cut here, I think I will be fine everywhere else. Right, let's do that. And then I'll fit it on and just screw it on the bottom. Finally, time to get the drawers in. Or the drawers. All 11 of them. Right, all in the part of this one. I think I'll have to do something about it. It's going to cause me troubles, as always. This wasn't part of the project. Someone added that in a later date. Guess how I feel. But I think I might have to either lift the slider a little bit or cut the bottom part of the drawer. See what I can do. Right, so just thought I will probably be better off raising the sliders up. I did it. They went about 6 mil up. Hopefully that's enough clearance for the drawer to go in, and we'll find out right now. Well, I'll have to play a little bit with it, but overall it's in. I'm happy with it. So next job is to put the frontals in and level them up. Hopefully all the gaps will be equal. A bit of sealing and then that should be it. Finally, it's all finished. I managed to put all the drawer frontals, adjust all the gaps, seal the gaps with the wall, you know, put some caulk, and I think it's all done now. Just showing what this mammoth of a job was. Like, literally I thought it's gonna be a couple of days, and it took me 4 days. Drawers are a nightmare, much worse than doors, but that's what it is. So we've got the dressing table that I was talking about, and then this drawer unit. It's all soft close, and then you've got this drawer just for small stuff. I don't know what they're gonna use it, but it's there, and all the others are here as well. Put a piece of skirting board there and just sealed with caulk all the edges around here, so the decorator will hopefully enjoy it. Managed to seal all these as well, and basically that's pretty much it. The carpet will cover all these imperfections, so it will cover the gap here. It's quite thick carpet. The new one will be probably the same, so it's going to cover all this and that. I don't really know how I'm gonna manage to do it if we have hardwood floor and I have to basically do exactly the same thing with hardwood floor or laminate or whatever the floor is. I don't know how I'm going to finish the joint down there with the panels going all the way to the floor. Have to be really accurate with all the levels, and all the laser will probably help me to do that, but have to be really accurate when I cut the panels and install them, because I initially installed these and they were sitting on the floor. Then in order to fit the drawers properly I had to raise them, all these, and that's how the gap opened here. So that's the thing. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. See you on the next one, and please don't forget to subscribe. It helps me to boost the channel and show you more things in the future. God bless. Bye for now.